abyss beckons with a chilling call. Come closer, listen to the shadows draw. So subscribe and like, and don't be afraid to dive into the darkness where the shadows are laid. Tales from the shadows will spook your world. Join us on this journey, let your fears unfurl. Stay tuned, stay weird, and watch out for what lurks in the shadows.
Welcome, friends, to the dark and the deep, where whispers linger and shadows creep. Tales from the shadows, where legends arise, with ghostly stories and myths that mesmerize. The minds at TFTS Labs have decided to continue our last tale in a few more parts. Here's the next chapter in this series, The Legacy. Lena Grey, a quiet young artist haunted by dreams she can't understand, begins experiencing strange visions and sensations following a violent storm. She notices changes in herself, her senses are heightened, and her emotions are intense, almost overwhelming. Symbols flash through her mind, foreign and ancient, and an eerie voice whispers in her dreams, calling her the Harbinger. Initially, she dismisses these as nightmares, but soon realizes they aren't going away. She begins to sense a dark energy lurking within her, though she can't explain it. As Lena's new abilities grow more robust, she loses control over her actions and emotions. She becomes prone to sudden, violent outbursts and feels an unsettling urge to dominate those around her. Her reflections seem to change subtly, her eyes are darker, and her shadow is longer. Terrified, she isolates herself, hoping to protect the people around her, especially her best friend, Claire, who has noticed her change. But each day, her powers intensify, and she starts hearing whispers calling her to act. She learns of recent reports about strange disappearances and rumors of the Harbinger. Lena realizes this entity is tied to her, and that her powers and nightmares are connected to the horror spreading through the city. Determined to understand what's happening to her, Lena delves into research, tracing rumors about the previous Harbinger's origins. She discovers stories of a woman named Lena Venus, who disappeared after terrorizing the city. Lena realizes that Elena's powers are passed to her, and that the Harbinger is a curse she has unknowingly inherited. Desperate for answers, she contacts survivors of Elena's attacks, who share terrifying accounts of their experiences. Lena fears that she's destined to become like Elena, and begins searching for ways to break the curse before it consumes her entirely. One night, desperate and sleep-deprived, Lena tries to draw out the Harbinger within her, testing if she can confront it directly. She sets up mirrors and dark candles, attempting an ancient ritual she found in Elena's research, hoping to communicate with the entity within. Suddenly, her reflection twists and changes. The face looking back at her is not her own, but that of a monstrous version of herself, with dark eyes and a malicious grin. The Harbinger speaks to her, telling her that resistance is futile. They are now one. Lena struggles against the dark force, but feels it grows stronger daily. In the days following her encounter with the Harbinger, Lena's powers grow exponentially, amplifying her fear and frustration. She develops the ability to manipulate shadows and create illusions that terrify others. When Claire notices Lena's change and confronts her, Lena loses control and unintentionally lashes out, causing Claire to collapse in terror. Horrified, Lena withdraws completely, but realizes that the fear she inspires only strengthens the entity within her. Every frightening glance and rumor of a new Harbinger adds to her power. Lena struggles to retain control, but the Harbinger's hold tightens daily. Overwhelmed by guilt and despair, Lena considers giving in to the Harbinger, convinced there's no escape from the curse. Her physical form continues to change, becoming shadow-like and spectral, with unnatural strength and agility. The Harbinger's voice taunts her, reminding her that only by embracing the darkness can she fulfill her potential. Lena finds herself torn between accepting her fate as the Harbinger or finding a way to escape it. Some of her is tempted by the power and influence she can wield, but her human side clings to the hope of freedom. Determined to resist, Lena digs further into the curse's origins and learns of a ritual that could sever her bond with the Harbinger. She seeks out Father Simon, a priest who once performed exorcisms and is rumored to know about the supernatural. Father Simon is skeptical and fearful, but Lena's desperation convinces him to help her. He warns her that the Harbinger's hold will become permanent if she fails to complete the ritual. Lena agrees, knowing this is her last chance to reclaim her humanity, though the Harbinger mocks her efforts, whispering that no ritual can sever a bond that is forever. With Father Simon's guidance, Lena gathers the materials for the ritual, but she senses the Harbinger fighting back, its whispers now filled with fury and malice. As they perform the ritual, she experiences excruciating pain, and the entity within her begins to emerge, battling to maintain control. The ritual pushes the Harbinger out briefly, showing Lena a vision of Elena Vanes trapped in a nightmarish realm, a warning of what could happen if she fails. Just as the ritual nears completion, Lena feels a surge of darkness and collapses, the Harbinger reasserting its hold, leaving her weaker than before. Disheartened by her failed attempt, Lena contemplates surrendering to the Harbinger's influence. Her appearance is nearly unrecognizable. Her once bright eyes are now deep black, and her skin is ashen. Father Simon, seeing the transformation, doubts she can be saved and informs the authorities, warning them of a demon-possessed woman. Betrayed, Lena barely escapes an ambush by the police, her powers triggered by the fear around her. She realizes she's losing herself to the Harbinger, and that no one can be trusted, not even those who tried to help her. With nowhere left to turn, Lena faces the Harbinger within her in a final confrontation. She returns to the site where the storm first struck, hoping the place of her transformation holds the key to ending the cycle. She enters a trance, forcing herself to confront the entity one last time. In the realm of shadows, she encounters Elena's spirit, who reveals that the Harbinger can be trapped but never destroyed. Lena must sacrifice her humanity and continue the curse or imprison herself in a dark limbo, forever restraining the Harbinger within. In a heartbreaking choice, Lena decides to contain the Harbinger, sealing herself in the storm's origin to prevent it from passing to another host. As she fades into the shadows, she hears the Harbinger's final threat. You can't imprison darkness, it will always return. Will the Harbinger return? How will it return? You'll have to wait and see. That's going to do it for this tale. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a story, and don't forget to comment on your favorite tale. You may see it here on Tales from the Shadows. Until next time, stay tuned, stay weird, and watch out for what lurks in the shadows.
This has been Tales from the Shadows, where the shadows speak the stories that will make you weak. Join us on this journey into the unknown. Tales from the Shadows, where fear is shown. So subscribe and like, and don't be afraid to dive into the darkness where the shadows are laid.